My beloved child, listen carefully, because what you're about to hear is not a rumor, not a guess, not a story made to entertain your scrolling mind. This is confirmed, whispered, unmistakable news straight from the shadows around your special person. And the truth is so shocking, so unexpectedly raw, that the moment you hear it, something inside you will shift forever. Because the relationship they're showing the world, the one they pretend to be invested in, the one they've framed like some perfect, glossy picture, it's nothing but a mask. A performance. A cover-up designed to hide a truth so powerful, it would expose every fear they've tried to bury. But here's what no one else knows, the person they're with right now. They were never chosen from the heart. They were chosen out of pressure, timing, confusion, and the fear of admitting who they truly think about when the world gets quiet. You. And the tension they've been holding inside, the tension they're trying so hard to hide, is cracking faster than they can keep up with. They've been replaying conversations, scanning old messages, rereading moments that belong only to you. The person they're with feels it too. That distance. That fake smile. That hollow energy. Because your special person isn't living in the present, they're living in the memory of you, and pretending otherwise is getting harder every single day. But here's where it gets more intense. Your special person recently had a moment, an unplanned, unstoppable moment, where their real feelings slipped out. Not in front of everyone, not in some dramatic scene, but privately, when they forgot to guard their emotions. Someone close to them noticed. A friend. A sibling. Someone who has seen their eyes enough to tell the difference between genuine connection and forced commitment. That person confronted them, gently, cautiously, but directly, and asked the one question your special person feared the most, "Are you sure you're happy?" And in that split second, their face gave them away. Because happiness doesn't hesitate. Happiness doesn't freeze. Happiness doesn't look down and swallow hard like they just heard your name echoing in their chest. That moment told the truth louder than any confession could. The world around them is starting to suspect that the relationship they're in is not real, it's rehearsed. Fragile. Already falling apart internally. The person they're with can sense the emotional gap, like a door in their heart that remains forever half open, but not for them. Because every time they laugh, smile, pretend, or speak sweetly, there's a flicker of guilt behind their eyes. A guilt that whispers, "This is not the person my soul calls for." And what they don't know is that the universe has been aligning events in a way they can't understand yet. Events that keep bringing your presence back into their life, forcing them to face the truth they thought they could hide. Their fake relationship is slowly becoming the very thing that exposes where their real feelings are rooted. And now, my beloved child, the biggest shift is happening. Quietly, privately, and without warning. Your special person has realized that the longer they fake this connection, the more they lose themselves. They've started pulling back, not drastically, but subtly, canceling plans, replying slower, becoming distant, losing enthusiasm. And the person they're with is starting to panic because they can feel something slipping away, something they can't control or compete with. Deep down, your special person is standing at the edge of a huge emotional decision, one that will change everything for both of you. They're questioning why they keep pretending, why they keep forcing something dead, why they keep showing the world a picture-perfect scene when their heart beats for someone completely different. And the most shocking part? The one thing they're terrified to admit is becoming impossible to ignore. Every time they imagine their future, your face is the only one that fits. Their soul has already told the truth. Their energy has already leaked the truth. Their actions are already exposing the truth. Their relationship is just a shadow, your presence is the flame. And no matter how hard they try to hide it, they're faking that relationship with someone else because their real connection, their real emotion, their real pull, is still, undeniably, unshakably tied to you. My beloved child. Breathe slowly, because what I'm about to reveal now is the part your special person has been terrified of anyone discovering. Their entire act, the smiles, the photos, the public appearances, the perfect moments, has been nothing but a wall built out of fear. And cracks are forming faster than they can patch them. The truth is, someone very close to them has finally connected the dots. They've started noticing patterns, how your special person zones out mid-conversation. How they suddenly go quiet when something reminds them of you, how their eyes become distant whenever the person they're with tries to get emotionally close. That friend of theirs recently asked, "Is something wrong between you two?" And instead of defending the relationship like they used to, your special person froze. They didn't deny it. They didn't fight it. They didn't even pretend. They just looked away, swallowed hard, and let silence answer the question for them. Silence. Because lying about their feelings is getting too heavy for them now. And that silence spoke the truth louder than any confession ever could. They're exhausted pretending to care for someone they were never emotionally present for. The world sees a couple. But if you look closely, you'll see two people standing in the same room with completely different hearts, one trying to hold on, and one trying to escape. But here's where everything shifts even more. Your special person is starting to feel exposed. Not publicly, but internally. Their emotions are slipping at the most unexpected times. Last night, something happened that they were not prepared for. They accidentally said a line, a phrase, a tone they used only for you. It slipped out in front of the person they're with. That person froze. They knew instantly, this wasn't meant for them. This wasn't how your special person usually talks to them. It was softer, deeper, too emotionally familiar. The way someone speaks when they're mentally somewhere else. That tiny moment triggered a storm of insecurity in them, a storm they tried to hide but couldn't. They started asking subtle questions, testing, comparing, overthinking. And in desperation, they began clinging tighter. But the irony is, the more they cling, the more your special person pulls away. Their fake connection is suffocating them. Their emotions are overflowing in directions they can't admit out loud. And every time they try to force a smile or show affection, their heart whispers your name louder. The guilt is eating them alive. The confusion is tearing them apart. And the person they're with? They're beginning to realize they're trying to hold on to someone whose heart simply isn't available. And now, my beloved child, the universe is pushing your special person into a corner where the truth can no longer stay hidden. They've been feeling restless, uneasy, unable to sleep, unable to focus. Their chest tightens when they think of you. Their mind gets loud when they imagine a future without you. And the strange thing is, the more they try to convince themselves that their current relationship is fine, the more their heart rebels against the lie. They've recently started isolating themselves, taking longer walks, spending time alone, scrolling through old memories, and questioning every decision that led them to the situation they're pretending to live in now. Someone close to them even noticed the shift and told them, "You look like you're fighting a war inside." And they are. Because the truth is finally reaching its peak, they can't fake this relationship much longer. Their heart has already made its choice long ago. Their soul already knows its home. Their mind already knows what it wants to return to. And even though they're scared, they're preparing themselves emotionally for a moment that will change everything. When they finally walk away from that fake connection and let the truth about you rise to the surface where it always belonged. My beloved child, brace yourself, because this is where the truth becomes impossible for your special person to ignore. Their fake relationship, this fragile act they've been holding together with forced smiles and quiet denial, is reaching its breaking point. And the reason isn't drama, or conflict, or some explosive fight. The reason is you. You exist too loudly in their heart for them to keep pretending. Recently, something happened that shook them more than they expected. They saw something, a place, a message, a memory, that instantly brought you back into their emotional center. And the moment that feeling hit them, their entire fake relationship felt meaningless. They felt a sudden heaviness in their chest, like they were betraying themselves by staying where they don't belong. They tried to distract themselves, they tried to refocus, they tried to smile through it, but the truth refused to leave. Their heart remembered you. Their soul recognized you. And for a few seconds, they couldn't even hear the voice of the person standing next to them. That's how powerful your presence has become inside them, strong enough to overshadow everything they're trying to pretend. But here's the part that no one around them knows. They've started imagining what it would feel like to finally walk away from this fake connection. They've fantasized about freedom, not the kind where they run wild, but the kind where they finally stop lying to themselves. The kind where they stop waking up next to someone who doesn't feel like home. Your special person has even rehearsed the breakup in their mind, quietly, secretly, carefully, because deep inside, they know the conversation is coming. They've imagined the words. "I can't do this anymore, my heart isn't fully here, I don't want to pretend." They've imagined the shocked reaction. The confusion. The questions. And they've imagined themselves standing firm. But the most shocking part? When they picture their life after ending this fake relationship, the only comforting, peaceful, genuine image they see is you. Not because they expect you to run to them. Not because they assume you're waiting. But because their soul feels calmer when it thinks of you. That inner calm, that emotional truth, is something they can't find with the person they're pretending to love. And that realization is becoming too big to deny. And now, my beloved child, you need to know the final twist. Your special person has started feeling protective over their feelings for you. They haven't confessed. They haven't spoken. They haven't revealed anything. But inside them, it's clear, they're guarding their emotions for you the way someone guards something precious. They're afraid of anyone discovering how deeply they still care. They're afraid their current partner will pick up on it. They're afraid of losing their composure if your name comes up. They're afraid someone will notice how their entire energy shifts when they think of you. And fear like that only exists when emotions are real. That's why the fake relationship they're in right now is collapsing silently. Not because of arguments. Not because of incompatibility. But because their heart refuses to belong where it was never meant to be. Their soul is already pulling them away. Their thoughts are already drifting back to you without permission. Their feelings are already choosing a different direction. And no matter how tightly they try to hold on to this fake picture, the truth is slipping through their fingers. The truth that they can't stop thinking about you. The truth that they've never fully moved on. The truth that their real connection was never with the person they're pretending with, it was with you, and it still is. My beloved child, this is the moment where the truth stops whispering and finally roars loud enough to shake the walls around your special person. Their fake relationship, this fragile structure they've been forcing themselves to stand inside, is collapsing from the inside out. And the collapse isn't chaotic, it's quiet, slow, and deeply revealing. Something happened recently that pushed them into a corner emotionally. A conversation, a sudden realization, an unexpected moment of honesty inside themselves. For the first time, they asked the question they've been terrified to speak out loud: why am I still here? And the silence that followed hit them like a storm. Because the answer was painfully simple, they don't feel anything real anymore. Not the excitement. Not the comfort. Not the connection. They've been living inside an emotional echo, pretending the sound is still alive when in reality, it faded long ago. And the moment they recognized this truth, a deep guilt washed over them, not because they're leaving someone behind, but because they've been lying to themselves about who their heart actually belongs to. But what happened next is where everything becomes intense. Your special person tried one last time, one final attempt. To revive this fake connection, to see if anything could be saved. They tried speaking gently. They tried spending time. They tried showing interest. But every attempt felt forced, heavy, unnatural. Their soul resisted, their body resisted, their energy resisted. They realized that no matter how much they try to make this relationship work, their heart isn't willing to participate anymore. And the person they're with felt it instantly. There was a moment, a short, silent, unspoken moment, where both of them realized the truth at the exact same time. One of them is present, and one of them is mentally gone. The person they're with looked into their eyes and saw it, that distant look, that emptiness, that hidden ache. They sensed that your special person is emotionally tied to someone else. They sensed they're competing with a feeling they can't see. They sensed they're losing someone whose heart was never fully theirs. And that realization created a tension so thick, it's been hanging between them ever since, unnamed, but undeniable. And now, my beloved child, comes the most powerful revelation of all. Your special person is preparing themselves to break free. Not carelessly. Not suddenly. But with intention. They've started setting emotional boundaries. They've started taking back their energy. They've started prioritizing their mental peace. Every step they take now is guided by an inner force pulling them away from the lie. Their soul has begun shutting down the connection that never felt right, and opening the one doorway they've been avoiding because it leads straight to you. Deep inside, they know they can't keep running from the truth, they can't keep pretending not to feel what they feel. They've realized that the reason this fake relationship is dying is because their heart has already chosen someone else long before they ever admitted it. Someone who awakened something deeper. Someone whose presence still lingers in their mind. Someone their soul refuses to let go of. And that someone is you. My beloved child, now the moment comes where everything inside your special person is shifting faster than they can control. Their fake relationship. This fragile illusion they've been dragging behind them, is no longer something they can even pretend to hold together. The truth has started spilling through their actions, through their silence, through the way they hesitate before answering simple questions. They're not just distant anymore, they're emotionally gone. Recently, they had a moment of overwhelming clarity, one of those moments where the heart speaks louder than the mind. It happened when they were completely alone, without distractions, without noise. They sat there, staring at nothing, and suddenly every suppressed emotion they'd buried came rushing back. And your name, your presence, your memory came through like a lightning bolt. They felt something inside them break, something they'd been trying to glue together for far too long. In that instant, they realized they're living a lie, and the lie is suffocating them. They've been pretending to be okay, pretending to feel things they don't, pretending that the person they're with can fill the void inside them. But now, no amount of effort, no amount of pretending, no amount of forced affection can hide the truth anymore, their heart is somewhere else entirely. But here's where the universe steps in with a twist your special person didn't expect. Someone in their inner circle, someone intuitive, observant, emotionally sharp, has started noticing the way their energy changes whenever something reminds them of you. This person recently asked a question that hit them harder than expected: is there someone else in your heart? Your special person didn't answer. They couldn't. Their silence confirmed more than words ever could. Their eyes softened, their breath shifted, their whole body language gave away the truth they've been running from. And that friend didn't judge them. Instead, they simply said, "You can't fake love forever." Those words have been echoing in your special person's mind ever since. It was the first time someone said out loud what they've been secretly feeling inside, that their current relationship isn't real, and the person they're trying to force a connection with was never meant to hold their heart. They've been battling guilt, fear, confusion, but now a new emotion is rising inside them: courage. The courage to stop pretending. The courage to walk away. The courage to face the truth that love can't be replaced by convenience, comfort, or routine. And now, my beloved child, the final unraveling has begun. Your special person has mentally detached themselves from this fake connection, even if they haven't spoken the words yet. They've been pulling back slowly, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Their partner feels it. Their friends feel it. They feel it. The distance is no longer subtle, it's undeniable. And deep inside, your special person knows exactly why this is happening. Their soul refuses to settle where it doesn't belong. Their heart refuses to pretend to beat for someone it doesn't recognize. The more they suppress their feelings for you, the stronger those feelings become. You're not fading from their mind, you're becoming the center of it. They replay your words. They remember your energy. They feel your absence like a weight in their chest. Their connection with you is something they can't break, can't replace, can't silence. And now, the fake relationship they're in is collapsing because it stands in the way of a truth too powerful to bury. The moment is coming, closer than they expected, when they will finally choose honesty over fear, truth over pretense, and the connection their heart still aches for, over the illusion they've been forcing themselves to live in. My beloved child. This is where everything inside your special person becomes impossible to hide, impossible to silence, impossible to control. Their fake relationship has reached the point where even the smallest interaction feels heavy, awkward, and painfully unnatural. They're trying to smile, trying to hold conversations, trying to act like everything is normal, but their emotions are slipping out faster than they can cover them. Recently, they had a moment, a brief, unexpected, and deeply telling moment. When the person they're with tried to express affection. And instead of leaning in, instead of responding with warmth, your special person froze. Their body stiffened. Their eyes went distant. They refused to participate. That reaction exposed everything they've been burying. It wasn't anger. It wasn't discomfort. It was emotional truth rising to the surface. Their soul simply cannot pretend anymore. And the person they're with felt that shift instantly. They pulled back with a confused look, sensing something invisible between them, something they didn't want to acknowledge but couldn't deny. But the truth gets even deeper. Because your special person has started experiencing something they didn't expect, emotional flashbacks. Random moments where they suddenly feel your presence as if you're right next to them. They'll be walking, sitting, eating, working, and suddenly a memory of you floods their mind so intensely that they lose track of what they were doing. Their heart races. Their breathing changes. Their mind drifts into a place they've been trying to avoid. These moments aren't rare now, they happen daily. And every time they try to shake it off, the universe sends another reminder. A song. A specific scent. A dream. A visual. A word. A sudden déjà vu. These aren't coincidences. These are emotional signals rising from the part of them they've been trying to silence. And these signals are making the fake relationship feel even emptier. They're realizing that they didn't just lose you, they lost a version of themselves that only existed when you were present in their life. That realization is shaking them from the inside. And now, my beloved child, here is the part they don't want anyone to know: they've started avoiding the person they're with. Not out of anger. Not out of conflict. But out of emotional exhaustion. They don't have the energy to pretend anymore. They don't have the strength to force feelings that don't exist. They don't have the emotional bandwidth to fake connection. They've been taking more time alone, canceling plans, creating distance, spending longer hours in silence. They've become quieter, more withdrawn, more reflective. And the person they're with feels threatened, because they can sense they're losing someone who was never truly theirs. But your special person isn't confused anymore. Something inside them has settled into certainty. They know their heart never belonged to this relationship. They know the universe has been pushing them toward a truth they've avoided for too long. And they know that no matter how much they try to suppress it, run from it, or distract themselves from it, their soul still turns toward you. You are the unspoken truth. The unresolved story. The emotional home they never stopped searching for. And now, the fake relationship they're stuck in is seconds away from collapsing under the weight of that truth.